Well, let's say it together. 3, 2, 1. Squatters can't be eaten. Welcome back to another goofy episode of Care for Boys. Today we have Minh Nguyen with us.
Hey!
And his Instagram is Ask Minh Nguyen. Do not put what's some more good down here.
It's dead. New one.
Dead, he's out of there. Random question I had. If right now during Trump's 4-year administration, if he was to go up to you and be like, hey man, I'll put one law in the books just for you. What do you want?
One law.
You get to pick one law.
Oh my god.
And it only will work for the 4 years that is.
Only 4?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, if we can bring mortgage rates down for 4 years.
Oh!
To what?
To 2%.
2%?
Oh!
I'd be down that. I'd be down with that.
2020.
I'll suck his dick to make that happen.
Was that 2%?
Because that all you need is, if you have a 2-3 year, if you can have a 4-year run, now you have money and leverage, you can do whatever you want.
You know what my interest rate was for the Glendora house? It was 2.2.
They raised 2% for 4 years. After that,
What was your homeless guy pee-pee on the wall rate?
1,000% a day.
So that's really nice of you that you would pick a law that more people can benefit from, not just you.
yeah.
That's nice.
Sick, dude.
2%.
Men for president.
All right, Bart, what law would you want? Actually, no, wait. We'll do his last.
Why? You think it's gonna be crazy? Why, you think I'm crazy? I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
Let's start with the sane person, Anthony.
Sane?
Yeah, listen to this. Listen how the coolest one
No,
is.
no. I gotta really think about
Deal with
this.
fucking brothels and stuff.
Free brothels.
Oh my goodness, Bart! You think of that? I'm wearing my wedding ring today.
He's like, let's lower the age of working consent at brothels.
Okay.
All right, for just this term, only because the idea was floated out. You guys aren't even listening to the same guy right
That was
now.
so diabolical, dude. That was so ridiculous.
Bart, you go first. Say it again. Say it again.
No, he'll say a bunch of yours.
No, say it again. Say what I would say again out of your mouth, Sayer.
I don't even know what I said anymore.
That was so long ago, man.
What do you say? What do you laugh? I want to laugh a little bit.
I just said men for president, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. You're campaigning. Okay. What are you saying about floated out?
Go ahead, Joe. You first.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking.
I can't even follow that.
Oh, man.
What's in the field of what would you be
He
interested
had
in?
floated this out when he was campaigning. So no capital gains tax on crypto.
Oh!
Ooh, that is good.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like what he's been throwing out the idea of no income tax too, right?
Under 150.
Under 150?
Under 150,000.
Sorry,
Pretty
bud.
cool. That's pretty cool. No, that's cool.
Sorry, dog.
Everything you're still at 150.
You have to pay some taxes,
No,
dog.
but wouldn't it also be like on scale too? So like, let's say if he makes 200,000, he's only paying taxes on 50,000.
That I don't know. I just know like with enough deductions, you can get it down to 150. Unless you have like a
But
business.
no income tax for everybody. Everyone has extra money and they could put back into the economy. I think it's win-win.
But then our debt just goes more.
Not if with the fucking tariffs thing. Maybe the tariffs can cover it.
Wow.
Tariffs won't cover the same amount of income that income tax covers. Not even
So
close.
I would even be down to just switch it around and make it a consumer tax. So not on the money you make, but on the money you spend.
Is that the same philosophy as a flat tax?
LA.
Yeah.
LA just went up. You guys see that? LA went up like between a quarter to
Oh, for
almost
sales
1%
tax?
for sales tax.
That's
Who
great.
knows that
That's,
shit?
that's my favorite thing about this state. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, Lancaster went up like even higher.
Yeah.
Really?
Different cities went up higher.
That's fucked up.
I think Pasadena is up like
Sales tax?
7%.
Property's too cheap in Lancaster right
Nick
now.
likes that his milkshake is $2, but after tax it's $4.
You're like, oh yes, the savings. The savings for the
We
country.
go like tax savings, but then we would have more expensive.
$2 milkshake.
Lancaster's 11.25.
Specifically on crypto gains.
Wow. That's fucked up.
Apparently they voted for that.
Damn.
They wanted it? That's what it says. And maybe it was one of those things where like it said vote for world peace and then the little fine print it's like, you know what I mean?
Vote for world peace. People in Lancaster chill.
You know they always shoehorn like things in that?
For sure.
But I like the
That
no
was
income
a good
tax. I like that one. That'll be tight. And make it a consumer tax.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
more you spend, the more tax you pay. But
That's the one you're picking? No, we'll come back to you.
don't fuck with the money that you make.
Okay.
I think
security tried to get this. I don't know where it is, but no tax on tips.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tax
Yeah.
on tips.
Because I just remember being a waiter, and also for my employees too.
Help your volcano self through time.
Dude, I just remember being like a student or just being broke and like how much that difference is.
Yeah.
When you're getting tipped and you're like basically surviving on that.
But no tax on tips means they can't turn the iPad around and fucking do 30% tax suggestions. Like, that's crazy. It's like, if you're turning the iPad on, you didn't even serve me.
You know what you gotta do though?
Look you in the eye, like.
You know what you gotta do? I look them dead in the eye and I hit other and I press 0. And that's what I did.
Dang, dude.
Right in the eye.
You're hardcore.
Doesn't it make a really loud sound when you do that?
0, 0, 0. Oh, how do I turn this off?
The guy goes, we got ourselves a non-tipper.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think if we, so like, let's say like, if you already have a basic standard of living, right, and you're doing pretty decent, you're not worried about your bills and stuff, I actually care more about this segment of America that let's try to get their money to stretch a little bit more. Because then you're not desperate and you're not on the edge.
Yeah.
It's like
that is helpful
it's like
to
the hierarchy
society.
of needs,
Yes.
like no tax on tips. I think income tax is a big one because like it is a big difference when you think about quality of life from someone who's making like 30K to like 70K. That's a huge difference.
Yes.
But then it's not that big of a difference if you're making 100K to like 140K.
Right.
So this is why I think like for that segment, let's try to get them to keep a little bit more. So then they're not in a fucked up situation.
Joe
Right.
for president. Joe for president.
That is nice of you.
You socialist.
Not really. Like social, like no tax is capitalist, but yeah.
You think the most people who are surviving, the people who are having good lives right now are entrepreneurs because of taxes. People who are wage earners are the ones that are like stressing out the most. Because I do their loans. I see like, dude, the wage earners, they're because of how much they're paying in federal income tax, they're stressed
And
out.
it's hard for them to just straight up pick up and switch what they're doing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because entrepreneurs can change depending on write-offs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then wage earners, they get taxed before they get their income.
Uh-huh.
So that's the tough part, I
Imagine
think.
the Seventh-day Adventist wage earners. They
Oh
get
my
their
God.
10% tithe taken out before they see
on
it.
top of their tax.
Go straight to the church.
And then in California taxes.
Another law I would change is make the carpool lane 150 miles an hour.
Autobahn law?
Yeah.
I like that. That's nice.
I could get
But
from
you
Vegas to
wanna
here
still
like
keep
2
the-
hours.
You still want to keep the dividing line just a white stripe?
I think we might need a wall just in case.
A tunnel.
About 150.
Yeah, with the roof over it.
150 would be tight.
I'll have a no fishing license tax.
Really?
Well, that would be
not
tight,
tax, no
but
tax.
like
Not
that's also
tax, but yeah.
that's also really not that expensive.
But then, like, if you're fishing and you just need fish for food, like, how are you gonna go and get a license?
So you're saying no fishing license tax?
Those people who don't pay for the license, they're the ones who take the fish home anyway.
Never
That doesn't
mind.
change any of that. You know what I'm
They're
talking about.
poachers, yeah.
They're taking it anyway.
They don't even measure the fish. They just get the babies and
I think
shit.
I have a photo of this family who's right next to the sign that says you can't take the fish home, and they're putting it in their bucket and taking it home.
Never mind. Yeah, regulate those fuckers. Our ocean's gonna be gone.
Ocean fishing you can take home. Pier
Yeah.
fishing and stuff like that. It's the man-made lakes that you're not supposed to, but they do.
I have a question about that. Is like overfishing one of those things where like they're blaming the common person when it's really like the commercial fishing that really takes up the most fish
it's bad.
anyway?
There is no way the common person fishing is going to
Yeah.
deplete the species. No way.
Unless he's Japanese or something.
The fact that they go out of their way to penalize a guy with a rod versus like a ship with a
It
freaking
is the dumbest thing ever.
yeah, it feels like water conservationism. How they're like, no, you have to turn your faucet off.
That's no more using plastic straws because all the turtles are dying.
Plastic straws are back though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I have another law. If you litter, they cut your hands off.
Hands?
That's like India.
Can you get like a strike three? Like 3 strikes though?
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
There's no reason why you should fucking throw bottle caps out on the freeway.
A bottle cap.
Just the bottle cap?
There goes your head.
Goes farther.
I got another law.
Go.
You can't get a fucking ticket for having tints on your front windows.
That's cool.
It's fine in certain states.
It is fine in certain states, but I'm just saying.
Nevada one?
Wait, it is? I can tint my windshield when I get there?
We good, baby.
You think it's because it's so hot? They're like, bro, it's gonna burn me.
I just think they have common sense.
I just think it's the dumbest thing to get a ticket for.
How dark can you tint your front windshield in Nevada?
That I don't know.
I don't know about the front one.
Oh, you can't do that?
No,
But I'm just saying, like, all the limos and taxi services and stuff like that in Nevada,
Yeah.
like the front windows, like the side ones.
True.
Yeah, they're
Because how they gonna
black.
get blowjobs and do coke without
That's true. You want privacy. It's important for the
Because only
business.
drivers do coke and get blowjobs.
limo drivers? Yeah.
It's premium.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating back to 2019.
Support the channel's growth and new ideas.
And tap into the closer community by joining our Discord.
Come chat with me inside, and then you can say funny things to me.
And get the opportunity to suggest new video ideas. Come join our Patreon. Thank you.
Link is in the description box below.
Squatters, I think.
Oh, thank you. That's the one I was gonna say, man.
Sorry, I mean, go ahead and say it.
No, and I don't need to say it anymore. I love it.
No, say it.
Great. No, but let's say it together. 3, 2, 1. Squatters can't be eaten. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anything that just gets rid of whatever's giving squatters the unfair advantage.
Oh, I have another one. If you fucking go in Target and grab shit and just run out, they get to paralyze you.
but now in California, you can, they'll
From the
get you in
waist down or
California.
the neck down?
I like this eye for a life situation.
From the waist down.
Okay.
Oh,
fair.
waist down?
Yeah. Fair man. Fair
Like
man.
all those smash and grab motherfuckers paralyze all those
Are they allowed
motherfuckers.
to do PT to hopefully recover? Or do they get banned from any hope?
They get to.
Oh, they get banned from hope?
No, they get to do their own PT. They get to YouTube it and try to practice on themselves. But yeah,
Very specific.
to me, smash and grab,
Yeah.
man, like when you know what the laws are and then you just prey upon it, I'm like, you're extra scummy. You know, I'd rather have someone pull a gun to my face, like, give me your wallet, because he's just a straight up criminal. But you're like, oh, it's catch and release. Well, I guess if I lock me up, I'll be released tomorrow. And they're just
Like exploiting the law.
yeah,
like
exploitation. I'm like, paralyze that motherfucker.
And then all the cops shrug.
Yeah,
they go, what do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know. I have to fill out this 20-page fucking questionnaire when he's just gonna be released tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
I think more transparency on how the government's spending our money.
Oh, good luck.
I think that would be to then.
I think they're working on that.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big one because at least you know, like, okay, you're taking my money, but at least I know where it's going. Right now, like, you take
Yeah.
it and it's going to the abyss.
What if they're like, okay, we'll be transparent, so we're stealing it all, and
They're trying to crack it down, like I think in L.A. Because you know,
homeless.
$23 billion they spent, they have nothing to show for it. So now there's a task force.
isn't that great?
Now there's a task force coming after. Like, okay, at least you know, like, okay, now it might be okay staying in California because you know they're making more rules like that.
I just think like even if they did that, where they're like, oh, Min has proposed a law that we start being transparent, you'll just get outvoted here. You know what I mean? Californians will be like, no, we don't care. It's fine.
that's crazy.
Trust them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why people are like, you need to tax more, right? And then, but they don't even think about what about having these people spend less?
Nah, dude, not enough.
Be corrupt less.
Yeah, spend it. Put it actually, like you're spending. At least do something with it. Like in California to Nevada, there's supposed to be that
The rail.
rail, right? Like nothing has come about. on
They
that.
said the rail's high speed, not the building of it.
Oh yeah. Change that. Why would your rail station start in Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah, dude, that's
Popular city, okay?
the harshest thing. Yeah.
Greater
all the
LA.
way up, all right?
It's slow again.
Yeah, like what the heck?
You know what would actually make sense if it started from LAX?
Absolutely
Yeah.
makes sense, but that's
That
why they're
makes
not doing it. That's why they're not gonna do it.
I think we don't have space to do it in LAX.
Man, do Ontario. Do something that connects something
Create a
to connect
station?
Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
That's
does not
kinda-
connect to anybody.
It's kind of whack.
Get rid of that restaurant in the middle where it's like a fucking futuristic tower.
Hey, man. That's a staple, dude.
It's an FBI headquarters, man.
Have you guys ever been there? It's supposed
No.
to. I think there's a restaurant or something.
That's a
You been
restaurant? That's not even a view tower for like.
No, it's just a restaurant.
Yeah.
They serve like calamari and like burgers and shit.
Architecture
Makes sense
landmark.
that all of us should go film there then.
I think turn that into a station that actually goes through LA.
Turn
and
that
then,
into station.
yeah, and then it goes to Vegas. Imagine if there was it went from there and it went like to all the places like Santa Monica and then downtown and it went all the way down to Vegas.
Stopping at Rancho because the land between Rancho and LAX is just too expensive to put a rail.
Probably. I don't know what the real reason is.
Because we have LA Metro.
That's a lot of displacement. You'd have to like kick people out of their homes, right?
Dude, I even think instead of Rancho, Fontana, which is barely over.
Isn't that next door to it?
Yeah, but at least like from like the 15, it just makes sense. I don't know.
No one knows what Fontana is.
They can't do it.
make sense.
They can't do it in like Union Station or something, where all the other fucking trains are.
That'd be
Can't
cool.
fit something in there?
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Huh?
It seems like it's the what is it? The trickiness of having to like take out what's there to put the rail, right?
Sure.
To Rancho, it's probably nothing.
Or just put billions of dollars into a rail that nobody's gonna use. That works too.
I know.
Like Hawaii.
I know.
No,
Rancho.
I think because people when they drive to Vegas, don't they have to go past kind of that area. So
Or maybe-
like, might as well just
yeah.
park there and then just go.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody bid. Maybe they were like, all right, cities bid for this rail to stop at your city. And then Rancho's like, hey, we need a development. You know, we got some money.
Rancho's up and coming, I think.
Have you seen those cities that are offering to pay you money if you buy a home there? In LA.
Like where?
Wait, what?
Where?
In LA? Which
Yeah,
one?
like random ones, fucking like Azusa or whatever.
I'll live in a.
Yeah, they'll be like, you buy a home here, we'll give you $100,000 down payment assistance.
Pomona's doing 200 grand right now.
See, there's a lot of them.
I don't want to die, though.
There's a lot of them.
200 grand. It's a.
Do you have to be in like a bad area?
Yeah.
No, it's,
What's the catch?
they share in the growth of your equity, but it's 200 grand that they're gonna.
Oh, they sure.
Yeah, they loan you 200 grand and then you pay it off when you sell the house or when you.
Oh,
refinance. But,
weird.
But
They share in the growth of your equity. It's not like you pay them back the 200,000 from your equity.
let's say
200,000 plus growth of equity, and you're coming in what 50-50 with them on the growth.
it's a percentage. I think it's like not 50-50. It's like 20-30%.
20-30. So you have to, let's say you buy a $500,000 house or $1 million house, right? You put $200,000 down, but
They're gonna loan they're gonna loan you 200 grand, so you got 800 grand. So your loan is 800 grand.
Yeah.
So on a $500,000 home, then you would borrow 300,000 because they loan you 200.
But let's say you get $1 million home, you use their $200,000 to put it down, right? So you get that, you have an $800,000 loan. Let's say that in like 10 years that house turns into a $2 million home, you got to pay them back out of the $200,000 and another like $200,000.
Correct.
Interesting. Yeah, but then they're not going to cover your freaking hospital bill after you get lacerations from being stabbed at Shell.
There's like certain stipulations, like first time home buyer, you gotta be a resident there, whatever. But a lot of cities are offering down payment assistance.
Crazy.
A lot.
Susa is pretty. That's pretty
Is it
important.
because they're losing population or like what is it?
Could be, and then that's an incentive to keep people in California.
I've noticed though,
Oh.
like there's certain cities that kind of feels like a ghost town, like in not
Vernon.
But I think also I think they need the money. They want the money on it, you know. Like let's say you eventually going to sell or refinance, they're going to get their money and then the equity, and I think that's a way to, hedge to make money. That's what California did with that Dream program.
That makes sense. They're just reinvesting into themselves on like a 5 to 10 year period.
Correct. Because I don't think anyone's going to sit there for 30 years. I think the average person will be 5 to 10 years.
And they want to just keep people there so that they would spend in their local economy.
You know what was good law for you? That if jujitsu is being used in self-defense, like you're exonerated from all charges if the guy dies.
Oh, I won't use jiu-jitsu in self-defense, brother.
What would you use?
I'll probably just run away. I'll
Self-offense.
be honest. Stop hitting yourself.
Hey, that's jujitsu. Let him go.
Or how about one of those things where obviously there's too many details for me to think clearly on this, but like if you group a like minor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of course.
You're towing the line.
If you do, then that minor's parents totally can kill you and not be punished.
That's a good law.
Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Free my boy Cain.
They're like, yeah.
You get to do a 24-hour manhunt.
If you grape a minor, you're okay. You're exonerated.
2-hour manhunt.
I never try to finish your sentences.
You do in your head.
No.
And he's always right. He nailed
He
it.
doesn't finish it. He just says it before you can say it.
Yeah.
The guy who was catching all the predators, he's getting deported. The Russian
Itali guy?
Yeah, he's in the-
Itali,
He's in the
yeah.
Philippines, but he was being a dumbass.
They ended up deporting him.
25 years ago, give him.
I thought they were getting. I thought he was going to serve a sentence there.
No.
How was he being a dumbass?
He's going to all these different cops. He's grabbing their
harassing
fucking hats.
them.
He's like getting in their faces. He's just being a fucking
He's one of the
dickhead.
disruption streamers now. You know, the people that just fuck.
He was doing good
people.
with the Predator thing though for a little bit.
Oh, for sure. That's great. But then again, it's like, you
you
don't
don't
go to another
country.
country, especially as a white dude,
Yep.
and then just act like that. It's like, you can't, they deserve to do that to
He's
you.
gonna be in a
You're
Filipino
playing
jail
stupid
for
ass
5 years.
games, bro.
I thought he was getting locked up in the Philippines.
Yeah, he is.
For
Well,
5
he
years.
got kicked out of America though.
Oh.
Oh, so he can't come back to America?
There's a time frame.
Oh, shit.
He's not an American citizen.
No, he's I think he's Russian or Ukraine or something.
Damn.
But
that's-
he was showing all the videos where he would like catch all the predators.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing.
Yeah,
And then he started doing other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's been on YouTube as long as we have.
He's old school. Yeah.
He's been around forever. But he's doing this live stream thing. And it's just like, you can see him like look to the cameras, like, did you get that? When he's like fucking with these like police officers there.
Dumb dude.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, that needs to end. Hey, that's a good one. If you're a disruption streamer,
They get to paralyze you. They get to paralyze you.
yeah, they get to paralyze you.
If you're a prank streamer, you get to get shot, and it's okay.
Yeah,
No defense.
yeah. No defense. Yeah, no lawyer up. Nothing. Yeah,
You can't say it's a prank, bro. It's a prank.
yeah.
Doesn't work anymore.
Nice.